Welcome to Super Tuesday, presented by Progressive Insurance. And this is the ACC tonight on ESPN and inside the Watsco Center in Coral Gables. Number 11, North Carolina is in town. Off the thrilling win against Duke to meet the upstart Miami Hurricanes. Western courtside, great to be with Naismith Hall of Famer Debbie Antonelli. And 3D, Dennis Scott here tonight for the Tar Heels and Hurricanes. Interesting ball game. Carolina coming off the Duke win. Debbie, Miami has a chance. They need a big win to add for a tournament resume. And it feels like Jay Lucas's first team is keyed by Malik Renew.
Well, first of all, it's great to be with you guys, right? This is going to be a fun night. Yes, Malik Renew needs to have a big game, Wes. He's their top scorer. He's had 14 games where he's had 20 or more. He's got to fill it up, and there's a variety of ways he can do that, from three all the way into scoring at the free throw line.
Malik Renew, the number 5 scorer in the ACC. 3D, there's the number 4 scorer in the ACC. And the number 3 rebounder, Caleb Wilson.
Yes, number 8 is must-see TV. He's living up to all the hype, all the billing, rightfully so. And what I've been impressed with lately, guys, is playing out of the double team. So different teams that tried to force him into turnovers, he's doing an excellent job. Swing, find the shooter on the weak side of the floor.
Carolina's won 5 straight. They're here, obviously, after the thriller on Saturday night at Smith Center in Chapel Hill. Seth Trimble, the hero there. Miami has won 3 of their last 4. They escaped the weather and Boston College over the weekend with a 6-point win at Chestnut Hill. Away we go. Uday and Vasar get us started. And here is Trey Donaldson, who runs the offense for first-year head coach Jay Lucas and the Canes. And this is a talented freshman in his own right. Number 7 is Shelton Henderson. There's Uday, and a foul on freshman Derek Dixon underneath off a switch will put Ernest Uday to the line.
First touch for Renew. They bring the double. He makes the right read. Uday, great cut on the backside.
And I thought this morning the point you brought out about Renew creating 17 different fouls. I think Hubert Davis saw it and said, you know what, let's double team early to keep our bigs out of foul trouble.
Last 3 games, he's drawn 17 personal fouls. He gets to the line quite often.
And Ernest Uday, who was not great at the line in non-conference play and has had just an unbelievable resurrection at the free throw line in ACC play. Missed both free throws, but the ball got deflected out off Carolina.
I had to have a talk with Uday after making a half-court shot at shoot-around this morning. You got to make your free throws, big fella. I got the tape to prove it.
You want to work on that project, or you want me to?
No, you start first.
Okay.
You're the Hall of Famer. I'm still working.
Henderson for Uday. Back to the rookie Shelton Henderson. Foul line against Jaron Stevenson. And the rebound cleared by Vessel. Here's Derek Dixon now, starting for the Tar Heels in his 7th straight ball game. Jaron Stevenson back in the lineup for a 2nd straight time tonight, too, to start the ball game. Double team that time coming to Wilson on the wing, Dennis.
Yeah, earlier this morning they talked about when he's in the post. This time he had a live dribble, so they had to wait till Cutter went through, then the double team came.
And he is much more effective playing out of the double on the left side of the floor, so he can throw that skip over the top with his right hand.
Zoned by Miami here.
Little 3-2 action. We saw that in shoot-around today.
Vessar with 1 to shoot. He'll launch from near the midcourt line, and it's an air ball. Shot clock violation on the Tar Heels.
What Jay Lucas this morning did talk about, he has to mix up the defenses to keep the Tar Heels out of rhythm. So that zone took him out of rhythm that possession.
The most zone that Miami has played was in the last game in the ACC. 22 possessions against BC.
You see the Miami lineup. Dante Allen has been in the lineup. True Washington is available tonight for Jay Lucas. First time he would be so in the last 3 games. Short jumper by Donaldson, no good. Wilson the rebound. Carolina trying to get a fast break chance. Jay Lucas concerned about Miami's trend. Here's Trimble, kick out. Stevenson lines up a 3. Back rim miss, and Uday boxed out Vaso.
You got to stay on the glass with the Heels. They are an excellent rebounding team, and that's one thing that Jay Lucas talked to us about, was stay on the boards.
And inside, there goes Renew.
Oh, big time move with the right hand, but comes back with the left.
See why they want to double team him? That's it right there. There's your solution.
Almost 2 minutes in, Miami's got the first points. Vessar at the foul line, pushes it up and scores.
You know this, Debbie. Anytime they're zone, you always want to attack the middle. But if they start being so tall, just turn a little teardrop.
Second best field goal shooter in the ACC at 63%. Allen answers for Miami at the other end.
Comes right back, snakes behind that step up, gets to the middle of the floor. Beautifully done.
Allen right to Seth Trimble. And Wilson and Renew. Caleb lost the handle on it. Off the turnover, here's Allen. He's got Donaldson there, and it's 6-2 Miami.
Oh, I love the perfect bounce pass, Debbie, for the perfect finish.
You had numbers 3-on-2, 3-on-1. You got to finish that. That's a nice play by Miami off their defense.
Dennis really likes the lost start of the bounce pass, too.
Yes, indeed. Come on, make it so a guy can finish the play on the break.
Here's Vessar inside. He got stripped of it. Carolina thought he might have got fouled. Here's Miami on the run. Henderson crashed into Dixon, bounces there, and scores.
Come on, Debbie.
Look at that body,
Come
right?
on.
You're not getting in the way of that.
That was great defense, but Henderson said, no, their offense.
Early 6-point lead for Miami. Stevenson right down the paint, scores with the right hand.
This pace is for North Carolina, too. I mean, they score in their primary, and they're also traditionally excellent in their secondary options.
Here's the rookie Shelton Henderson. 6'6", 240 and then some from Houston. On the drive, last touch by Miami. And here's a look at the Wilson turnover.
Yeah, he's got a little slip. You get out and run. Perfect bounce pass by Allen for Donaldson for the layup.
Quick substitutions. Luka Bogovac is checked in. Oh, and here's the Henderson move, Debbie. Good heavens.
Good gracious.
You meet him at the rim, and you go vertical right there, and he just plays right through your chest. Send a message early, right?
Yes.
Zayden High's into the lineup. He did not play Saturday night in the win against Duke for the Tar Heels. And also, we get our first look at Luka Bogovac. Skip to the corner. That's Dixon. High trying to help Seth Trimble. 5 to shoot now. Hubert Davis needs a set. This is Dixon. Long 2 is good. Tough shot. Derek Dixon on the board.
You got to live with some of that, right? That's a tough 2 right there. Good D to the last late part of the shot clock.
Allen. Renew left alone. Left-handed 3 is good.
I like how he took his time. He's not a three-point shooter, but how he got to his spot, square up, and shoot the ball with confidence.
Miami missed their first 2. They're 5 for their last 5 since.
See Caleb Wilson on this side of the floor, dangerous.
Here's Wilson, lost it. Henderson helped on the double to force the turnover. He'll take Bogovac, and then Wilson pinned it on the glass.
My goodness, get that shot out of here.
Trimble. Here's Dixon alone for 3. And Renew the backside rebound. Miami a lot of momentum here early. Donaldson. Uday trying to help, and eventually a turnover, and Bogovac saved it after High somehow came up with it. Goodness. It's a little frenetic.
We like it. It's entertaining.
I like it. I was like, this is starting to pick up. Another one. Get that shot out of here. Don't bring it back. Let's go.
Timeout. We got blocks at both ends here. 3D.
Well, yeah, Wes, there's a block party going on. Get that shot out of here. Caleb says. The Miami said, no, we're in Coral Gables. It's a block party. You better get it out of here. Don't bring it back.
All around the world, y'all know this is.
ESPN's exclusive presentation of college basketball is presented by Progressive Insurance. Bundle home and auto and save. Visit progressive.com. Well, Tar Heels young and old ended up on the floor of the Smith Center, 71-68 on Saturday night. And Dennis and Debbie, in some respects, the heroics Seth Trimble have to be flushed quickly here because this is a challenge to Coral Gables, and they're seeing it early.
This late season, Debbie, I call it a trap because you're so excited. The perfect was ran. A freshman kicked it to a senior. The coach understands the moment, but you got to forget about it somehow.
And you have to move on, and you got to enjoy it and celebrate it for what it was, and it was amazing. But since Sunday night, Hubert Davis told us they've been concentrating on Miami. And Miami's giving them a battle right now.
Another turnover.
Defense really causing issues. There's a lob and a flush.
Good job by Allen with the steal. You keep your head up, and Uday running the floor, big fella.
Yep.
4 live ball turnovers by the Heels, and here's a dead ball turnover because it'll give North Carolina a chance to set their defense. This is what you want right here. You want to tilt the floor and get going the other way. Uday, look at him run the court. Nice delivery, too, by Allen.
And Debbie, that's your center with the deflection and still running the floor, getting the alley-oop.
Long, active, really does a good job communicating on the backside of their defense.
Renew with Allen, Henderson, Donaldson, Uday. Trey Donaldson out front. Here's Allen working on Trimble with 6 to shoot. Got a screen. Fall away 2 is good for Dante Allen.
When I walked in the gym, Dante Allen was getting a lot of shots up today. He put some extra time in on game day.
6 minutes old, Miami by 9 here at Coral Gables. Bogovac sets for 3 and hits.
Yeah,
Luka Bogavac's been on a tear here recently. That's 9 of his last 14 from 3.
Well, I like when he takes that first look. Sometimes he hesitates after he misses a couple shots in a couple games. So tonight, first look, he knock it down.
Carolina's best perimeter defenders Trimble.
It's a matchup that they can win right here.
Yep, Henderson drives it in. Second field goal for Shelton Henderson.
Good recognition by Donaldson.
Well, Wes, you know I'm getting ready to say that's mouse in the house. You did with your garden, Henderson.
Yep. Here goes Bogovac.
Oh, good pass.
Wilson up strong and 1. First bucket for Caleb Wilson.
According to Synergy, he is a 67% finisher at the rim. He catches it with 2 feet in the paint. He's going to put it down.
Every time I see him, every time I see his dad, Jerry, I said, anyone that tells you guys y'all need to shoot 3-pointers, walk away from them. The reason you're buzzing in college basketball because you're punishing people in the paint and you don't like that rim because you get so many dunks. I think the Duke game, the first game this year, he didn't get a dunk, right, Wes?
That is correct, yeah.
And you want him to shoot more threes.
He's got 66 on the year.
Come on.
71% free throw shooter, the freshman from Atlanta. That's his first 3.
And that's the last part, the free throw shooting. Keep the free throw shooting consistent and keep getting better because you will live at the free throw line as you get close to the tournament and you want to go deep into the tournament.
Miami's getting into their bench here a little bit, guys. Salih Altuntas is checked in, the freshman from Turkey, and Tivo Malovic from Western Slovakia has come in. Malovic wears 88, Altuntas 11. And they go with Donaldson and Henderson and Renew.
I mean, it's a good time for Jay Lucas to buy a few minutes for his guys right here.
Miami's made 8 of their last 9 from the floor. And building what is now a 5-point lead after the 3-point trip from Wilson a moment ago. Here's Renew against Jonathan Powell and easily scores.
Again, Donaldson, recognition on the scout, right? Sees the mismatch. And that is coming up the floor looking for that.
Oh.
Wilson tried for the dunk. Renew got a hand in there off the lob from Besson. Henderson in a double team. Renew a shot fake on Bogovac. Strong drive and 1.
That's just filthy, guys. What took so long, the possession before for the double team, and now you have the ball in the corner, simple pump fake, and you're going right by Bogovac, and nobody steps up. And got caught in the cookie jar, back to the free throw line.
Second foul on Besson.
When you're on the weak side and Malik Renew has the basketball, you better be ready because he is putting it on the deck and he's looking to attack closeouts.
Second foul on Carolina. It's the first on Henry Besson. And here is Renew in line to try and complete the 3-point play. 132nd free throw attempt. Jay Lucas has done a terrific job at Miami in year 1, Dennis.
You know my favorite question. I said, Jay, what are you telling the guys? 3D, put your papers away. The guys have to believe. And right now in these first 7-8 minutes, it looks like they believe.
Yeah, back to 10 quickly.
And make shots, and they've done that.
Kick out front. Here's Jaden Young, a 3 off Hubert Davis' bench. Young knocks down his 11th 3 of the year. And it's back to a 7-point Miami lead. Malovic away to Henderson. Jaden Young had 27 in this building a year ago for Virginia Tech. There's Henderson on the drive and the bucket.
So Jay Lucas told us there's a package for him on the top of the floor. We just saw it right there. Beautifully done in the middle third.
Young fed Stevenson, who got the ball raked out on his way to the basket. That'll get us to a timeout. Just better than 8 minutes old in Coral Gables. Miami, ferocious at both ends of the floor, has built a 9-point lead on number 11, Carolina.
A 9-point Miami lead here in the first, and watch Shelton Henderson working late clock in the middle third. He goes rim body ball right into the chest of Vasar and finishes. He's 3 for 5 in the early part of this game, 3D, and North Carolina's having trouble with this matchup.
When Jay talked about that this morning in shoot around, I had to go back and watch some of the old high school tape. The ball was in his hands a lot in high school in Texas. So Jay says, why not put the ball back in his hand when the big guy's on him? And right now he's making great decisions.
Wes, he's 6'6", he's a freshman. He's added 18 pounds, 10 pounds of lean muscle since he's been here, and his vertical's 37 inches. Zach Zillner gave us that information, the strength coach for Miami.
Vasar, right-hand jump hook, old school.
Debbie called it.
And with this lineup on the floor, Vasar's got to be the guy that they look for. They got to establish some points in the paint. Miami's got 18 of their 24 inside.
And they're shooting a whopping 79% from the floor here at the start of the game, 11 of 14. They tried the backdoor for Uday. Couldn't complete it. Renew gets it right back with 10 to shoot though. Donaldson against Kyan Evans. Step back three. Off the mark. Young runs it down.
That was a step back.
Yeah, it was. Jaden Young. Evans waiting on Stevenson. And that pass got to put the Allen back to the bench.
Miami is there on the catch, high hands. They are rotating on the backside. They're closing the gap. They really are moving well on the defensive end.
Jonathan Powell will put it in play. See, Lucas had a pretty broad catalog of what he wanted to do defensively tonight. Vasar, long three again. Oh boy, and wants the ball, 3D.
He wants it. I like he shot the ball with confidence. Very similar late in the game against Duke the other night. He made that big three.
Here's Donaldson, another lean in on Powell. Malovitz, here's Renew with Stevenson. Allen into traffic. And Evans had a crack at it, couldn't come up with it. Stevenson battled. Donaldson skips it for Allen's three. And O'Day gives him a third chance. And now a turnover, they throw it away. Renew was trying to get it to Dante Allen. And with that, Henderson returns, and he replaces Trey Donaldson.
Hubert Davis is not happy right now with Miami getting 3 extra opportunities in that last possession.
Caleb Wilson is coming in, and he'll get Jared Stevenson's spot. Hubert Davis stealing some minutes around the official timeout for Caleb Wilson. Zone again by the Canes. Here's Evans launching and hitting. Kyan Evans.
What a good job by Hubert Davis coming off the timeout. They've scored in their last 3 possessions. Got Vasar going.
Evans, one of his last 14 or 13 before he hit that one.
But you know, shoot. He shot that with confidence and made it right on time, to your point.
Takes one to know one.
Yes, sir.
Here's Henderson. Bounds away, and they crash the glass. Vasar in there with 2 other Miami players. Now, a lob and a dunk by Uday. And Hubert Davis wants a timeout immediately.
Yeah, he's not happy. The Hurricanes are getting too many offensive rebounds, too many opportunities. 3-point lead.
Well, a bad habit that has haunted Carolina in previous losses to Virginia and previous wins. They've been beaten on the glass. Can they survive Miami the way it's gone here early?
Well, right now, Miami's playing with that belief that we talked about, that Jay talked about in practice. Now, Hubert's trying to ignite his guys because we thought they'd out-rebound them.
And they spoke about rebounding today for Carolina almost for 20 minutes.
Exactly.
So Hubert Davis's team gave up 2 offensive rebounds. And then in this prior couple of possessions, they gave up 4. They've given up 6. That's why he called the timeout. He wasn't even in the huddle with the guys. He's so upset with them right now. That's an effort thing.
Remember, they got beat on the
coaching effort.
They got beat on the board the other night by 12. They got beat at Virginia on the board by 16, but lived to tell about it with wins.
Good. That's a great stat right there, because sometimes you get a win in those rebounds early this game tonight in Spike.
Vasar and Carolina have been pretty good offensively here. It's been the Here's 5 to shoot with Evans attacking. He's around Henderson in traffic. Put it up and score it. Kyan Evans.
I mean, you got to throw it way above the box when Shelton Henderson's around.
Teardrop. Soft teardrop off the glass.
He's got Carolina within a point. And Hubert Davis has got bench points here in this first half. Renew. Malavitz a 3.
That's all Malavitz does, Wes. He's got 34 threes and 5 twos. Great job of collapsing the D.
Well, you got to do what you do, and Renew was under control and found the shooter.
Listen, I don't have to tell you about having your feet under your shoulders, man. I mean, just let it fly,
That's
right?
it.
When you're on balance.
Let it fly.
The pass was to the pocket.
10 to shoot for Carolina. Having a hard time getting the offense going. Here's Evans. Even despite the makes, Carolina's not having any seamless opportunities.
They're not over-rotating defensively, Miami. They are staying in the gap, and that's why they've been able to get some of these live ball steals and turnovers by North Carolina.
Malavitz. Looking for Uday. Lost it. Back out from Malavitz. Another one. And now Young the rebound in front of Allen. And trying to get it to Powell. Stolen by Henderson. And he'll dunk it home.
Yeah, that was a smart business decision about Vason not trying to block that dunk.
No, get out of the way.
Yes, live for another day.
It's a 6-point lead now for Miami.
I think you got to go right back to Vason here.
Renew pushing him away off the block. Evans with 12 to shoot. Here's the matchup. Is Henderson going to help? Thought about it. Bessar put up. That's goaltending on Uday before Wilson shoved it back in the basket. So 9 for Bessar. Carolina's got 5 straight field goals, but
Cookies! And then Henderson said, not today. And Vason said, this is decision. Henderson at the rim.
Miami by 4. The Tar Heels come in 11th in the country at 19-4. They've won 5 straight. They started the season 13-1 and kind of got into some bumpy territory. SMU and then a winless West Coast swing.
Little wake-up call.
Yep, but they won the next 4. Virginia the start of it, and then they get that win Saturday night, one for the history books. And here's Hubert Davis's tournament resume tonight. Strength of schedule 54, 5 quad ones. Joe Lenardi in his daily bracketology has got him as a 4 seed. He did say today they need to win here tonight to keep the 4 seed. There are going to be plenty of other opportunities, Debbie, if they don't win. But Miami also, for Jay Lucas and his club, this is a critical game kind of in his future, I think.
Well, they need a signature win, and they don't have one, Miami. And North Carolina has played so well in the last couple of weeks coming off the West Coast swing. I think Hubert Davis has figured out a few things with his defense and with his rotations.
Henderson drove it right at Wilson, couldn't finish. Carolina the rebound. These two teams are 25 of 41 from the floor in this first half. Must have heard over here.
We're all about offense, Wes.
Out of the corner, Stevenson. There's another Tar Heel 3.
They have scored on 6 consecutive possessions, North Carolina. Ever since Hubert Davis got upset with them for their lack of defensive rebounding.
1 point lead for Miami, 6.5 to go in the opening frame.
Sometimes you got to refocus the guys.
Renew against Vassar. Digging down at the block, back with the left hand, and we're going to get a foul called. And it's going to be on Salih Altuntas, the 6'10", 275-pound freshman from Turkey. It's his first, just the second foul against Miami in this first half.
Well, I thought Carolina dodged the bullet, letting Renew work down there. He just missed a little chippy.
Zone again by Jay Lucas's team. Quick look, Bessar shoots it for Dixon. Sidestep, that is a 3, and back rim miss, and Altuntas runs it down. And midcourt foul on Seth Trimble. It'll be the first on the senior, who likely will never have to buy dinner in the presence of a Carolina alum again after Saturday night.
I heard this ice cream place was sold out. Everybody went and bought all ice cream after the game.
There's got to be a new flavor, right?
Right.
They got to come up with a new name.
I'm not familiar with Seth's operation of the store on Franklin Street, nor the flavors and how that creation works, but I would
Right?
Agree with you.
Yes.
There probably needs to be something there.
Something.
Oh, the world in. Allen for Donaldson. Here's Henderson, who's been terrific in this half, by the way.
North Carolina switching on the top of the floor. Henderson's got to be able to win this.
That's a long three for Dovrak and a foul on Wilson. A rare 4-point trip coming for Noam Dovrak.
I know we're in Coral Gables, but he shot that from South Beach. Good gracious, that was deep, Debbie.
I'm going to have to get my tape measure out and go out and check that out at halftime.
I've heard about your tape measure. You might need an extra one on that one. And you never want to foul a jump shooter that far from the basket, right there?
No way. I mean, that's a mistake.
Noam Dovrak is from Israel, averaging about 7 minutes a game in conference play.
Caleb Wilson, West, he didn't make very many mistakes, but that time he's so late on that closeout.
Yep. And Dovrak is a perfect 7 for 7 at the free throw line this year. He's got 4 the hard way, and Miami back to a 5-point advantage. And more zone here. Bessar put it up. I think he thought Wilson might be there. Ball got deflected away. Trimble's got it in the fresh 20. And Miami goes. There's Wilson. That's a 3. Bounds away. 3D didn't like the shot.
I don't like it. Swing. Then he popped out the corner for a 3. That's in the flow of the offense.
A.J. Desai, nice piece of officiating by A.J. Desai here. He did not call a foul on the tie-up here with Bessar and Henderson.
So I like this piece of officiating because this is a veteran move, right? Yep. The guys are hung up. No advantage here. Just blow it and inbound the basketball.
Right.
I like it.
Yep. Calebson, who picked up the foul a moment ago, takes a seat on Hubert Davis's bench with under 5 to play now. Donaldson. Dovrak. Left side hanging 3. And the rebound for Stevenson.
Yeah, good defense by Tar Heels. He's not as good off the dribble versus catch and shoot.
Bogovac on the drive. Tried to go back to Dixon and momentarily lost. Shot clock did not reset. 11 to shoot. Luka 3. Got it. Bogovac has got a pair of triples in the first half.
Great hustle by Dixon.
Allen in Miami right back at the Tar Heels.
Boy, Donaldson can really turn a corner, can he?
Sure does. Look at that play.
You talk about playing the game low to high. He gets his hips and shoulders below his defender and really turns it.
Remarkable drive and bucket for Donaldson. Here's Dixon out front against Henderson. Stevenson cuts to the basket and scores. Oh, nice pass by Derek Dixon.
Great pass. Good patience by Carolina going from one side of the floor back to the other to get a layup.
2-point game and a timeout.
We asked Coach Davis about Dixon, and he talked about his confidence, and you saw it right there in the last 2 plays.
Miami has built a 2-point advantage. It's been double figures twice in this first half for the Canes.
The Jeep halftime report is on the way. We've got our eyes on A.J. DeBonsa, plus Virginia and Vanderbilt. And on the heels of Duke, Carolina, we'll talk about handling a big win and overcoming a tough loss. Slay, what do you like about Miami?
Yeah, their energy and their attention to detail in this matchup, knowing you can catch them slacking, and they're taking advantage of it right now.
If you're going to validate the win against Duke, you've got to defend like you did the second half against Duke. Franklin Street's in the rearview mirror. You dudes are in Coral Gables. You better get back to defending. You understand that there, Three-Ball?
We haven't talked about defense at all today.
We're talking about bucket getters.
Coach and Slay and Kevin coming up at the break. Boy, what a busy night in college basketball and really good games right here. This one followed by Duke and Pitt from the Oakland Zoo tonight. Kevin Brown, Corey Alexander standing by there. We're done here at the Watsco Center. Donaldson off the high screen, got it, knocked away. Uday tried to finish, Saden high. back on the floor for Carolina with the rebound. Redshirt sophomore from San Antonio gets it back, goes to the basket, scores. What about the bench production from Carolina in this first half?
Well, sometimes you have to go to your bench to get going because the starters didn't have any energy early in the game.
That's 16 bench points for the Heels.
They trailed 22-12 at one point in this first half. It's tied at 37 under 3 to play. Here's Renew against Stevenson again.
Just too much.
Left-hand turn. Didn't go.
They dodged another one, guys. Did not let Renew get that deep in the paint.
He gets the midline and that little half hook. That's a high percentage up for him.
Bogovac all the way to the bucket and couldn't finish it. Miami wants to run 2-on-3 with Donaldson. One man and a kick out for Allen. He'll try and scoop it in and does. Miami back in front. Third field goal for Dante Allen. Tremble. He'll use the Zayden high screen. Dixon tried to go Stevenson. Donaldson to steal.
Defense really pushing the quality of the catch for North Carolina up the floor.
Now Renew. And he traveled off the baseline against Zayden High. Don't forget, Super Tuesday rolls on from Pittsburgh. Number 4 Duke and the Pitt Panthers coming up 9 o'clock following our coverage here from Coral Gables on ESPN and always available on the ESPN app. And across from us tonight on the other side of the Watsco Center floor is the leader of the Boozer clan, the former Duke star Carlos Boozer, who lives here in Miami, taking in the ball game tonight. Hoops every night for our guy Booze. Floater, no good for Tremble. 90 seconds to go first half.
Quality possessions, good decision making for Miami to close out this half.
Henderson. Caleb Wilson on the floor. Here's Donaldson, thought about it. Now uses Uday into the lane. Hanging 2 is good.
He does such a good job of taking Caleb Wilson under the level of the screen and then coming off, getting to his right hand.
4-point lead for Miami, tied at 37. They put 4 in a row on the board. Trimble.
Every time Carolina gets the ball to the middle, something good happens.
Evans will fire for 3 and hit again. Kyan Evans has got 8 all in the first half, most since he had 15 against Florida State.
He had 3 points the last 4 games combined. And his minutes are down since he was a starter.
Yep, he's no points in 3 of his last 4. You mentioned the 3 in Atlanta.
He's really taken advantage of his opportunity here in the first half. And that depth for North Carolina is on display right now. They have played well off the bench.
Here's Henderson to put it in play for Uday. Vesar's come back on the floor to replace High. And now Renew against Bogovac. Double team coming. 10 to shoot. Malovitz on the drive, left it short, and he draws the foul. That might be Vesar. Nope, Trimble. It's his second.
You play out of the double, D. You go swing, swing. You get an open look and a late closeout. And when you can attack that and get to the middle of the floor, you can make something really positive happen.
So Carolina's best perimeter defender has 2. And here is Tivo Malovitz from Ivanka Pri-Dunaji in Western Slovakia. What an ABC doubleheader we got for you on Sunday afternoon. Starting the ACC, number 21 North Carolina visits number 11 Duke at 1, and then number 4 Texas at number 22 Tennessee in Knoxville. It's 3 o'clock Sunday on ABC and always available on the ESPN app.
3D, you seen Madison Booker from Texas play? She is a mid-range bucket. So good.
Malovitz got them both. 3-point lead. Final possession of the loss to Carolina. Evans, Donaldson, really trying to cause a problem. Try to get around the screen. Here's Vesar. He'll launch for 3. Back rim miss. Scramble for the rebound. Donaldson with 3. 2 from beyond half court. Miami Miami's going to take a 3-point lead to the locker room at 43-40. A lot to take in. Here's Kevin Connors with Ron Slay and Seth Greenberg, with Miami up 3 at the break.
To the beach, y'all. Let's go.
West just 7 total fouls in that first half. Welcome into the Jeep Halftime Report alongside former SEC Player of the Year Ron Slay, 2-time ACC Coach of the Year Seth Greenberg. Kevin Connors here with you. Start a lot of offense so far in this game.
Yeah, it is, and the energy was set early. Jay Lucas wanted these guys to believe in their playing like it, but it also helps if North Carolina is going to keep turning the ball over. They got to be in the right place at the right time, get out and use them breaks.
Meantime, Coach, it goes without saying that Saturday was a rivalry win for North Carolina, an emotional victory.
Franklin Street was rocking.
And no question about it here. You've won your share. What's the key to following up that type of an emotional win?
Understand who you are and how you win. You've got to be ready for the next game, right? Every game stands on its own. And you got to say, what did we do to have that great feeling and win against Duke? We took care of the ball, we defended. And right now, Carolina's not taking care of the ball. Be strong with the ball, make simple plays, make good decisions, all right? Play North Carolina basketball, all right? That's not North Carolina basketball. And then defensively, be active and alert, defend the basketball, protect the rim, all right, and be kicked in. Both of those areas. Why did they beat Duke? They beat Duke because in the second half they held Duke to 37% from the 3 and 27% from 2. So, I mean, like, what they have to do is sit in the stance of guard and take care of the ball. Get into the present.
You got to understand as a player, when you come off of a big win, it's not only you in that bubble, although everybody in the country was watching you, your opponents were watching you too. That's why I thought Malik Renew was going to be able to come out and give good minutes and be looking at Caleb Wilson like, I like what you just did. I want everybody to talk about me that way. He want to go to Franklin Street too, Coach.
That's called South Beach down there.
Right, yeah. He can go to either way with the jet money they got, Coach.
Duke has the opportunity to pick themselves and dust themselves off tonight as well. You see the turnovers the last 2 games. Way too many for Carolina in that first half tonight. One more than they had all of Saturday against Duke. And Slay, speaking of, they'll be at Pitt tonight. Slay, what's the key to overcoming an emotional loss like Duke had on Saturday?
Well, I'm glad we're showing Cam Boozer because that's who you lean on. Your leadership by your guys. There's only so much the coach can do strategic-wise. It's up to the players. It's a player-led team right here. They got to be able to bounce back, gather guys up, and say, this is what we're going to do. Follow me, and we'll get up out of this.
Identity. Get back to your identity. When I think of Duke basketball right now, I think about a committed defensive team, a connected defensive team, a physical defensive team who can create offense out of the defense. At the second half of that game, right, Carolina shot 61 from the 2 and 71 from the 3. They were not connected. They didn't defend the ball. They didn't set their defense. They didn't make Carolina uncomfortable. They've got to get back to their identity. Their identity is on defending the ball, defending the basket, all right, being physical and making their opponent be uncomfortable. Second half, Carolina wasn't uncomfortable at all. Yeah. All John Shire talked to his team about is let's figure out who we are and how we win. It starts on the defensive end.
And it starts tonight on the road against the Pitt Panthers. And Isaiah Evans and the Blue Devils looking to bounce back from that loss against North Carolina, one of the great sharpshooters in college basketball, one of the best teams in the nation, in Pittsburgh in the second half of our doubleheader.
This halftime report is presented by Jeep. There's only one. Welcome back to the Jeep Halftime Report.
Kev Slay and Coach, shaky 3 weeks for Purdue. Coach, what's the key to the Boilers finding stability?
Fletcher Lawyer, when he's making shots, it opens up the floor for the front court guys. You know what you're going to get out of Brady Smith. But when Lawyer's seeing a big bucket, the offense for Purdue runs much more consistently and efficiently.
Slay, Braden Smith passed Sherman Douglas for 7th on the all-time assist list tonight.
Yeah, he's going to continue to pass a lot of people on that list because he always keeps his head up, and guys do a great job of running the floor for him.
What a start in Lincoln tonight. Top 15 matchup and a 16-point Boilers lead. Over on ESPN2, Baylor jumped out to an early lead on BYU, but here comes A.J.D. Bonsa.
A.J.D. Bonsa is a guy that he can play on all 3 levels, pay his coach, get to that mid-range post and go up and over a guy.
And he's been complimented by Rob Wright, making his turn to Baylor. Last year he played for the Bears.
Indeed. Kingston Fleming's in action tonight, projected top 5 elite point guard, leading the number 3 team in the nation. into Salt Lake City to take on Utah, 9 o'clock Eastern, ESPN2.
This halftime report is presented by Jeep. There's only one.
Vandy just 3-4 since the 16-0 start to the season. Great shooting start for Devin McLaughlin.
Yeah, the lack of size that Auburn has on the interior, McLaughlin able to step out and knock it down, give them a good front court scoring.
11-point lead at Auburn. Meantime, Coach, 5 straight road wins for Virginia, 6-1 on the road for the season. But Florida State's won 4 of 5. This is LeJay Jones.
LeJay Jones has 14 points in the first half. Florida State, they can shoot over half of their shots from the three. You must defend the three. Virginia, on the other hand, they are patient and poised. They will settle into this game. Jones driving to close out, knocking down the three. He is a hard cover.
This is tough to cover a guy like Robert McRae when he's doing this, Lane.
Oh, goodness.
Watch your head, young man.
Yonetsu, that was a bad business decision.
No doubt about it. They're tied at 32. Henry Vessar in North Carolina with some work, too. Vessar's got 9, leading the Heat, but they trail by 3. This has been the Jeep halftime report.
Welcome back to Super Tuesday, presented by Progressive Insurance. We're at the Watsco Center in Coral Gables, where Miami leads number 11 North Carolina 43-40 here at the half. Wes Durham, great to be with Hall of Famer Debbie Antonelli, Dennis Scott. Miami 16-1, by the way, when they lead at the half this year, only lost to BYU. I don't know that Jay Lucas could have had a better game plan and seen it executed in the opening 20 minutes, 3D.
Go ahead, Steve.
6 steals on 8 turnovers, and it leads to 8 points. I mean, I think they established tempo early.
Details. Oh, wait a minute. More details.
Yeah.
Everything he's told us so far is the details.
Well, our better outcome is brought to you by T. Rowe Price, and here are the details. How about the live ball turnovers from Carolina?
Well, it breaks your back. Right here, Caleb Wilson's loses footing. You get out and run. Allen, perfect bounce pass, Johnson finishing. So, Debbie, I say to myself, Miami, can you keep this up because you're turning the Tar Heels over when you want to?
Well, I think your effort has been outstanding. Your defensive scout has been on point. You have not over-rotated. You have been on balance with closeouts. You've done everything right on the defensive end, and you've made shots. I think Jay Lucas has got to feel good. And for North Carolina, Wes, they didn't get to the free throw line. They've got to stop turning the ball over. They're -1 on the glass. And when has Caleb Wilson only had 3 points at the half?
Exactly. One last thing, Wes. All that we're giving the Kings love, rightfully so. Tar Heel fans, you're only down 3.
Yeah.
You're only down 3.
Well, and for a team that led for 4/10 of a second on Saturday night.
Come on,
That's right.
so that's keep it.
But it's interesting, the ball game started, and all of the ills that Hubert Davis has talked about with his team when they've not won reared their head in the first 12 minutes of the ball game.
Great point. The turnovers and not rebounding the ball.
Original starters for both schools as we go to half 2. Trimble. Kick out for Dixon and a 3 to start. Back rim miss. Cleared away by Shelton Henderson.
First time they've penetrated the top of the zone off the bounce. They've been throwing the pass to the logo. There's an adjustment right away by Coach Davis.
And Trey Donaldson runs the offense for first-year head coach Jay Lucas. Renew down the lane with a strong move, and he's got a dozen now on his 5th field goal.
Well, guys, when you get to your strong hand, it's hard to double team at the elbow for live dribble, Dad.
Lead is 5 quickly for Miami. Vessar had 9 points, including a 3 in the first half. Here's Trimble against him, trying to match him. Now across the corner for 2 to shoot. Derek Dixon at a 3. This one no good. Henderson another.
They are in zone under 10-second shot clock. They match up in man, and they do a really good job.
And Renew with force. A basket blocked by Wilson.
He said, not this time.
Nope.
First play, your left hand, you get downhill. And Caleb Wilson said, not this time. Get out of here.
If they're going to make a mistake, Mike, going to make it at full speed tonight. There has been no backing off at either end of the floor by Jay Lucas's team here so far.
Well, I'm looking at Caleb Wilson right now and just thinking that he's had a couple of blocks. He's made some plays defensively. And he's got, maybe his defense will stimulate his offense a little bit, but he hasn't forced anything.
Here's Henderson, another hard drive into the chest of Vessar, who gets the rebound and the miss. Trimble There goes Dixon, and that got swatted away.
Ooh.
Derek knocked to the deck, no whistle. Carolina keeps the ball.
I guess another block party's breaking out. On one end of the floor, Caleb Wilson does it. And Henderson said, nah, not down here either. Get that up out of here.
I mean, the closing speed of Henderson is impressive.
Yes,
He's
indeed.
increased his acceleration here by 8%.
Look at you, look at you.
Whoa! And one for Caleb Wilson.
It's just a matter of time, fellas. I mean, screen, hard roll to the rim, and look out.
Yeah, I think Renew watches tape tomorrow. Don't do a cheap reach either. Get a good foul or just go ahead and take a business decision, let him dunk it.
5 for Wilson. And the free throw bounces around, and Vessar tipped it in. Goodness. He's got 11. Carolina to within 1.
To be 7 foot with long arms.
Great instinct on timing,
yes,
too.
Yes, sir.
Donald, the spot 3 from the right. Long rebound. Here's Stevenson. Carolina has not led tonight at all.
This is where he's dangerous. Do they bring the double?
Fall away. Spins out.
He's still good on that side of the floor.
Yeah, I'm not mad at that shot all day long.
Dante Allen and the Canes quickly into the front court. Miami wastes no time. Patient, yes. Deliberate, not. They have been aggressive since the jump. Henderson against Stevenson. Here's Renew against Trimble. Double team help. Right side, Henderson. That's a 3. And nobody home underneath. Wilson the easy rebound. Looks like number 8's going to take some initiative here in the second half, Dennis.
No question about it. He's trying to put his imprint on his game.
Vessar one dribble. Here's Stevenson. Tried to slash. Dixon with 8. He'll shoot for the lead. Back rim miss. Last touched. And Tommy Morrissey says it's going to go to Miami. It was A.J. Desai off the inline who checked with Morrissey.
Vessar's coming over to check the iPad as well.
Let's see.
Yeah, this is always one of my favorite parts of college basketball is checking the iPad.
Ooh, that's close, though. I think they got it right.
Even sometimes slow-mo doesn't help.
Come on.
Donaldson out front. Miami still with a 1-point lead. They just go round in a circle here. Look at that. Renew. Jump hook fell off the rim. They scrap inside. Wilson to pull away.
He's missed a few of those at the midline.
That ball, he was trying to cross-court bounce pass. It got kicked. It'll stay with Carolina. Here comes Bogovac into the lineup.
Well, to your point, Dev, I think they've dodged a couple bullets from Renew's, got to the paint, got 2 feet deep in the paint, just missed the 2 little bunnies.
I like Bogovac coming in right now because you throw the ball to Wilson on that left block, and Bogovac's on the weak side. Look for this skip.
He gave him 9 minutes in the first half, 6 points on a pair of 3s. He was part of the spark that got him from the 10-point deficit at 22-12 back toward a 37-all tie late in the first half. Vessar thought about it. Now here's Dixon. Double team coming in. Ball got deflected away. Malovich to take away.
High hands.
Allen trying to crash the glass. Throws it up and scores. Dante Allen. Some kind of shot and bucket here, 3D.
Well, we talk about deflections. Miami so far tonight done an excellent job. Then Allen out in transition. I hear a tweet. Flex on him, young fella. Flex on him.
All around the world, y'all know this is.
Great to be with Debbie Antonelli, Dennis Scott, West Durham. Delighted to have you for Super Tuesday. Brought to you by Progressive Insurance, and we're seeing a good one here. Lots of shots going down. 47-44, Miami the 3-point lead. Foul going to the break on Derek Dixon on the hard-charging layup by Dante Allen. He'll go to the line here to see if he can complete the 3-point trip and push the advantage to 4 for Jay Lucas's team. Allen is 65% at the free throw line.
Which means you better be ready to rebound.
Right on cue. Right on cue.
Wow.
Well, sometimes, Quad, you know the numbers don't lie.
Trimble threw it up, draws the foul. Carolina wasted no time in transition there.
Man, Seth is tough.
Foul is going to be on Timo Malovitz, freshman from Slovakia. And here is Trimble to the line. 69%.
Ready to rebound.
Steph is scoreless. 2 shot opportunities. Had 3 double figures in the last 4 for Hubert Davis. Free throws good. Don't forget, we got women's college basketball coming up for you on Saturday. College game day covered by State Farm at 8 o'clock. And then Saturday night, South Carolina and LSU. How about that one from Baton Rouge on ABC?
That's a big one. That is a big one. They'll be all whipped up down there. Kim Mulkey's going to have them all fired up in Baton Rouge. That is going to be must-see.
Yeah. Here's Donaldson in Miami. Lead is cut to 1 after the triple free throws. Malovitz lob. The dunk.
My goodness. Oh.
Huh?
Is the floor still shaking?
That was their version of 4 to the 5 for the line.
Yep. Bogovats, Kyan Evans, huge boost for Carolina off the bench in the first half.
Ball's in the middle.
Here's Wilson against Henderson.
You can't double that.
Kick out. Bogovats thought about it. Needs to shoot. Now he will.
Henderson did his job, Wes. He made him pass.
Yep. Now Henderson, the hard drive. Kick out for Allen. Another 3 by the rookie. And the rebound run down by Evans. And he stepped out of bounds, says A.J. Desai. It'll stay with Miami. Let's go back to the lob for Uday.
Well, the shooter put the ball on the floor, and Uday said, throw it up to the moon, and I'll go get it. Good hands by the big fella. Their version of the 4-man to the 5-man for the lob.
I love middle third action. I mean, when you go middle third ball screen, that is really hard to guard.
And the fact that your bigs can pass the way they do.
They've gone mostly middle third with their bigs. I don't think I've seen Donaldson in a middle third action. He's in the slot or playing on the wing.
5 minutes gone in the second half. Allen trying to drive against Evans and going to get the foul. That was another point earlier today in the scout, Dennis.
He turned the corner, said put him in jail. So for people at home, what that means is keep the guy on your back and you let him get to the paint. You either get fouled or get to the layup.
And then go and look for that Gortat screen, which is basically the post-up screening his own guy.
Yes.
Miami's executing the game plan flawlessly. At least is what we saw laid out today. Malovitz out of the corner. He went for the finish. And a foul on Bessar.
I think they're calling the push before he to the rim.
It's on Henry Bessar. It'll be his second, third Carolina in the half.
Yeah, so they're calling the push before he got for the follow-up.
I'm thinking
that's close, right?
Yeah, that's close.
Dovrat, who hit the 4-point play in the first half, checks back in. Here's Donaldson. Quick shot. Uday the rebound. Bessar there. Ernest scores on the jump hook. Second double figure in the last 5 for Uday. Kick for Evans. Spins out on the 3. Miami lead is 5 here. Renew against Stevenson. Attacking shot, no good, and a foul.
My question to you guys, why are they waiting when Renew gets the ball? Because as soon as he gets to his pocket, he's either scoring or getting fouled now, Dad.
Well, when they go with quick hitter right there and they get him the ball in transition, I mean, absolutely he needs to look to score. The last 3 games, he's drawn 17 personal fouls. And he's drawn 4 so far in this game.
Yeah. And now he's at the line.
21 in 4 games. That's a lot.
Yep. Now he's at the line. He's got 12 tonight. And leaves it on the front rim. Malik transferred from Indiana. He's had 20 plus in each of the last 4. Debbie told you about that at the top. The other interesting part about him is he's only got 2 double-doubles against the ACC, yet he is averaging in conference play better than 6 rebounds a game.
I thought it was interesting. Jay said sometimes you have to remind him Go get it. I know in Indiana you weren't that guy. You're the guy here. Go get it.
Yeah.
Right, the role player versus the go-to guy. It's a different
Exactly.
mindset.
It's a different mindset.
So Carolina with Wilson on the bench over there. Bessar now has 3, by the way. Out of the corner, this is Trimble, and the 3 bounds away. Well, Carolina, who was operating at a high rate of threes in the first half, a little cold here in the second half. Donaldson back out front, Renew against Zayden High, who has returned to the lineup. And that'll be a foul on High. It'll be his first. 5 already on Carolina with 6 minutes and change gone in half 2.
22 now, Dad?
22.
That's another foul.
We're
now,
going to
Dad.
count it. We're counting. I mean, we know it's a factor. It's a big part of the game plan to get him to the line.
Jonathan Powell has checked in for the Tar Heels. Malovitz is back on the floor with Dovrat. And here's Renew going to work on Zayden High.
Oh, I heard that smack right over here.
And Miami didn't get a call. Carolina going to operate trailing 5. Evans skips it in the corner for Powell. He'll take it on the drive, off the window and in. First bucket for West Virginia transfer, Jonathan Powell.
Really good push up the floor by Evans. Good decision to get it to the other side in transition.
Lead cut to 3. Almost 7 minutes gone in this second half at the Watsco Center. Donaldson, the floater. And they scramble Powell, the rebound. Here's Evans racing it. He'll skip for Powell. Kyan Evans. Zayden High back for Evans. In traffic, and he's going to get the foul on Dovrat. First on Noam Dovrat. It'll be the 3rd on Miami. Crowd not happy as you're going to look at points in the paint tonight. Miami has gone to town.
I mean, dunks.
8 of 12 layups in dunks.
At the rim.
That's 12 of 16 total.
All in the middle third, too, with the exception of 1 in transition, right?
Yep. Here's Stevenson against Henderson. Powell. Now he'll step back. That's a 3. It's good. Jonathan Powell, 5 here in the second half.
Well, sometimes when you're a streaky shooter, but right now the streak came at the right time for the Tar Heels.
Tied at 51. And Carolina has only got Trimble on the floor, and Stevenson is starters. And that got knocked away. A foul is going to be called, and it's on High.
Again, big on big middle third ball screen action with Henderson making the decision. And it's a good one. He gets to the line.
Shelton Henderson trying for his 6th straight double-figure ball game. He had 19 at Boston College, 22 in the loss at Clemson.
So if they keep running that middle third stuff, Dennis, you know, you got to make them go. You hear the Carolina coaches in front of us going, weak, weak. They want him to go to his left hand. Don't let him go right.
9 for Henderson. Quick reminder to you, we got women's lacrosse and men's lacrosse coming up both from Syracuse on Friday. On the women's side, number 1 North Carolina, number 14 Syracuse at 2:30. Then at 6 o'clock, top-ranked Maryland meets the second-ranked Orange. It's all on ACC Network and streaming live for you on the ESPN app. Henderson hits them both. Not bad for a 58% free throw shooter.
We take him. You take him.
Miami back in front. Carolina's never led tonight. Dovrat defends Kyan Evans.
And they're buying some good minutes here without Caleb Wilson on the floor.
Yep. Here's Trimble. Back for Evans. That ball got kicked with 12:05 to play.
Miami going back to the zone on the sideline out of bounds.
20-second on the shot clock. Can you get the ball to them in that zone, Wes? Every time they had, they got a good shot.
Evans for Powell. Stevenson against Renew. Fall away. Too strong. Noam Dovrat, who averages 7 minutes a game, Debbie, in conference play, has played a ton tonight.
Well, he's earned it. He hit a big 3 with a foul.
Here's Henderson hanging 2 off the mark. High the rebound.
That's why you make him go left. Make him make a more difficult play.
Powell, and it's got partially blocked, I think, cleaned up inside by Stevenson. He'll kick out. Now Trimble shoots off the mark. Carolina's had good looks to lead or tie. Not been able to cash out.
Well, Hubert Davis is weathering a storm. No Vasar and no Caleb Wilson on the floor right now.
Here's Dovrak, Malovitz, and then poked away by Kyan Evans. Here comes part of the equation. Vasar and Jaden Young will come into the ball game. After the timeout in Coral Gables, Miami leads number 11 Carolina by 2.
To the beach, y'all. Let's go.
But Slade, here comes AJ.
Yeah, I don't know if you ever seen anybody sit on the heater, but he'll put it down on your head.
23 right now. BYU up 6 on ESPN2. And Coach, Leger Jones has Florida State up on Virginia.
Yeah, Leger Jones has 18 in this game. He's knocked down 3 threes. Basically, Florida State seducing Virginia into playing a little faster than they want to play.
Weston Knowles have won 4 of 5.
Kevin, indeed they have. And tell you what, Luke Laux has got an interesting team from a chemistry perspective. They won here at Coral Gables about 10 days ago, Dennis. They shoot a prescribed number of threes a ball game, and if they hit a certain percentage, they're automatically like alive in ball games.
There it is. And then you get a couple stops down the stretch.
Yep. Tell you what, the first-year coaches, Debbie, have done a remarkable job in the ACC here in year 1.
Really, really good. I mean, look at the job Jay Lucas has done.
Yep.
Will Wade, NC State, Ryan Odom, and then Luke Laux.
Yep. Here's Donaldson against Stevenson. Oh, a little up and under for the bucket.
Debbie, I love when these young guys play off of 2 feet, use the pump fake to create so much space. Big-time finish.
Jaden Young back on the floor. Powell now to Evans. Carolina trailing 4. Never led tonight. There's a foul. It's going to be on Stevenson for the offensive foul. Moving on the screen to try and free Evans on the drive.
For all young point guards at home, you make a strong drive off 2 feet, the head fake. Nice finish.
Finishing school.
Yes.
10th turnover by Carolina is also their 7th foul in this second half by my count. Donaldson open for 3, left it on rim. Powell runs it down. For Young got deflected, Renew. Can't make the save. It'll stay with the Tar Heels. So here in the last sequence of live action, Caleb Wilson went back with Tar Heel trainer Doug Halverson to the Carolina locker room, and he has not returned to the bench area as of yet. Doug has, but Caleb has not returned. We'll keep an eye on that for you. Evans inside. Stevenson to work on Renew. And a jump hook with a right hand.
Well done. To the midline.
9 for Jaron Stevenson. Caleb Wilson has returned now to the Carolina bench. Tar Heels trailing 2. We're halfway home in the second frame. Henderson in Miami. Foul line jumper rattled out. Stevenson the rebound. Quick outlet for Evans. Hubert Davis wants his team to move it. Young back for Vesar. Traffic is there. Couldn't finish the jump hook. Rebounded Uday.
Yeah, good job by Renew. Walling up perfectly. A little physicality. Vesar to miss that little baby hook.
Well, these teams are both under 30% shooting here in the second half. Allen trying to extend the lead. Cannot Powell the rebound.
Yeah, I'm like Jay on that one, Debbie. That's not a good shot.
I don't like that shot
at
no.
all.
I mean, I'm watching Uday, how hard he's working off the ball on both ends of the floor.
Stevenson left it on the back rim.
That's probably not a good shot either.
Let's be honest to our viewers. Both possessions from both teams, those were bad possessions right there, Wes.
Yeah. Well, the shooting has cooled off considerably from what we saw in the opening 20 minutes from both schools. Under 9 to go. Donaldson off the screen. Set through. And last touched. It will stay with Miami. And here comes Caleb Wilson back with the left hand wrapped. Looks like Tar Heel basketball trainer Doug Halverson went Angelo Dundee. He wrapped it like he was going to slide a glove over it. And at times tonight, this has been as physical a ball game as you'd ask for. Uday for Donaldson. Young chasing him. Lob back for Uday in the dunk. Ernest into double figures now.
Look how they're getting number advantage at the rim. 2-on-1.
Wilson with the right hand turns and scores.
Wow, that was quick.
Sure was.
That's why you can't bring a double to that. When he catches it that deep, you got to put more pressure on the basketball. You can't give them clear vision to Wilson on the block. He's too talented.
Well, this morning they talked about doubling on the pass. That time was too late.
He's only got 7 in the ball game, 4 here in the second half. Tar Heels trail 2. Renew. Lob again, another dunk.
They bring a big-to-big help right there, and nobody on the backside. Back-to-back throwdowns by Uday.
Carolina's having some Lee Dort flashbacks here, Dennis.
Good call, partner. Miscommunication, but once again, perfect passes to the rim.
Justin Pippen and Cal went to work on those kind of sequences. Vessar, too strong. Miami by 4 on 2 dunks by Uday. Wilson had tied the game. Canes have come back with buckets. Donaldson looking for a 3rd straight trip. Renew, poked away by Wilson. It will stay with Miami. But Ernest Uday has been the beneficiary of some very nice passing.
Donaldson keeps the dribble alive. Uday say, throw it up there, little fella. I'll go get it.
ESPN's exclusive presentation of college basketball is presented by Progressive Insurance. Bundle home and auto and save. Visit progressive.com. Ernest Uday has lived at the rim. Lots of dunks. 6 field goals, 12 points for Uday, who is in some ways, his offense is the prized project of Miami associate head coach Charlton Young, better known to the basketball world as CY.
CY, the guy that's always smiling.
Yep. Now, in particular, 3D and Debbie, Charlton takes full credit for Uday's free throws. He is 0 for 2 tonight, but Charlton says he should be at 86% against the conference based on some of his recent work.
And I said, Coach, I love you, Coach.
Coach.
But sometimes, Coach, not tonight, Coach.
I mean, we'll worry about his free throws, but his 72.5% field goal percentage is only going up tonight because he's 6 for 7 from the floor.
Just do what you do. Pick and roll to the rim.
Yep.
He's an excellent screener. He runs the floor hard. He's a great rim runner, and North Carolina's going to show some zone here.
Here's Henderson. Oh, drive and a flush.
Really, Dad?
Zone.
When's the last time you drove from wing all the way to the basket on a 2-throw?
Without any resistance.
Tied at 55. That's 6 in a row by Miami to push it back to the lead of 6. 2 Uday dunks and 1 from Henderson for good measure, right?
Well, I like changing the rhythm of the game. You have to do that sometimes, and sometimes.
But don't leave the front door wide open.
Yeah, well, and sometimes you change your D. It might stimulate your offense.
Exactly.
Tremble trying to find a path into traffic with the right hand. Wilson tried to follow it, and a foul on Miami. Foul is going to be on Renew. It'll be his 3rd.
But to your point, Deb, yeah, but look at this. They left the front door wide open. They drove right in. Went in your refrigerator, got something to drink, went right back out the house. Look at that. There's no resistance at all.
Well, and here's the other thing. Like, Vessar, he has 3 fouls, so he didn't want to get in the way of that, right?
Caleb Wilson, 1 of 2 at the free throw line. And the first one is no good. Don't forget Super Tuesday rolls on ESPN. Off to Pittsburgh. We'll send you next. Number 4 Duke after the loss in Chapel Hill. Meets the former Blue Devil Jeff Capel and the Panthers. Kevin Brown, Corey Alexander standing by at the Peterson Event Center. And the second one by Wilson is good. So Caleb Wilson is 2 for 5, or 2 for 4 rather, at the free throw line.
Here comes some full court pressure.
Yep, and Renew turned it over off the deflection. And Paul Sells called Dixon out after the steal. Caught the ball out of bounds and stepped out right in front of us here. Oh yeah, nicely done.
Yeah.
Good piece of officiating by a fine crew here tonight. 6.5 to go. Miami still with a 5-point lead on Carolina. Henderson around Wilson. Up and under. Stripped out of there by Caleb Wilson, and here he goes. Wilson leads the charge. Crosses over into traffic. Put it up and scores.
Creative.
Well, that's the difference for me with Caleb Wilson. Not too many four men can grab it off the rim and go coast to coast the way he does.
3-point lead for Miami. Inside 6 to go now at the Watsco Center. Here's Donaldson. Fighting inside. He'll score easily. Trimble may have twisted an ankle.
He gets his shoulders equal with his defender. He's going to win that possession.
You saw he said he's too small. He said he's too small guarding me. This thing's heating up here. 5 minutes to go.
Wilson, high post at the right.
ISO, clear out.
Yep. Miami's got 2 guys in the neighborhood. Wilson forces traffic. Can't finish it. Back rim miss is rebounded by Uday.
Renew did not go with his man. He stayed there in the gap to help on defense.
Donaldson in Miami as we work toward 5 minutes to go in the game with a 5-point lead.
Hey, Trimble getting on that right side. Make him go left.
Donaldson reroutes, put it up, fell off the front rim. Uday recovers. Back for Donaldson in the fresh 20 here.
Here they go, middle ball screen.
Powell out there on Henderson. 5 to shoot. Henderson a long way off. Uday, that's an offensive foul. First on Uday, 5 on Miami. 3D.
I'm looking. Everything looks good right there. Whoa. I don't know, Dad. I don't know.
Well, Jay Lutz did not like it. I
He
can tell you
didn't
that.
like it at all. But I'm happy that he kept his composure. The game's too tight. No need to get a technical foul. Your team's playing hard. They're playing to the blueprint. You just got to overcome this next play.
Carolina keeps Powell on the floor here. Vessar, Wilson, Trimble, Derek Dixon. For Hubert Davis against the zone. Dixon all the way down. That got swatted away by Uday.
Uday said, not today.
This guy's playing great at the post
I'm
tonight.
telling you, he is
Come
playing
on.
his role perfectly.
Get that shot out of here.
Dixon. Here's Wilson. Caleb going to set the screen, try and help Dixon. Or Trimble, rather. And now Caleb Wilson with 6 to shoot. 4. Backing Henderson down. Fall away foul by Henderson. It was already going to be a tough shot. Dennis Shelton stayed with him and made the contact.
Yeah, he bailed him out. Unfortunately, a little pump fake hesitation got Henderson off his feet.
And he was talking. He was talking the whole possession right here to Wilson. Caleb Wilson does a great job showing the ball and then drawing the foul. This is just a veteran play right here. Look, show, draw the foul, get to the line.
So here's Wilson at the line for 2. He's got 10. Make it 11. All we know is there was a hand injury of some sort. The left hand is wrapped up pretty good. He is a right-handed shooter. We have no idea the extent, condition, what happened. Second of 2 for the freshman. And it's a 3-point game again. Little backcourt offer here by Carolina on defense, guys. Powell got a hand on it.
That's twice they've gone full court pressure and got a tip or deflection.
Wilson lost his balance, somehow got to the corner. Dixon for 3. Bounced away, Renew the rebound. There's a wet spot underneath the bucket.
So if you could have saw Jay's face about, will somebody get to the middle of the track so we can break and get across half court?
Inside 4 to go. Here's Donaldson. Tried to wrap it to Uday. Last touch by Carolina. Timeout here in Miami. Kane 63, Carolina 60. Well, rookie Shelton Henderson wanted to make sure part of the billing tonight of these talented freshmen in college basketball. And showed you why here tonight, Dennis.
Attacking the paint, putting the ball on the floor, reminding all of his Trends that the ball used to be in his high school. So what they're watching right now, the prize. If you're going to play a lazy zone, I'm going to attack that zone.
He's been a real decision maker. And this is what I call the freshman in the league, guys. Come on. You know, every graphic has Boozer, Wilson, Brown, DeRitter, and Okori on it. How about these five? These guys have been outstanding for their respective clubs, and we're getting a chance to look at two really good ones here tonight.
Well, Chance Mallory, I know his dad very well. Very happy for him where he's playing. And also, too, Abel. Abel's been playing lights-out basketball as well.
That's how talented the league is. So good.
No question. Uday had it knocked away. Powell with the turnover. Carolina trailing 3. Powell to the basket. Wilson crashed it. Knocked out last touch. Paul Sells said by Carolina it belongs to Miami again. Yeah,
Caleb Wilson upset at himself. He thought he had a follow-up dunk. The ball rolls off his hand.
So a 3-point game with 3.5 to go. Boy, Carolina got after it defensively. Miami took their eye off of it for a heartbeat, and the Tar Heels going the other way.
Size on the basketball, out of bounds. You got a ball fake here.
There's the trap on Allen, and Dante Allen wants a timeout.
You cannot inbound the basketball there.
Timeout for Miami. They got 2 left. A 3-point lead for the Canes.
Robert McRae and FSU are shooting 34%, coach, and winning.
Yeah, they're getting to the line 20 times already in this game, 24 points in the paint. They are taking the fight to Virginia.
Over on ESPNU, Slay next year on ESPN. Cam Boozer, a double-double in 5 of the last 7.
Yeah, going to put his team on his shoulders. I expect him to come out fighting and his team with him in Pitt, in the zoo.
West named to the Wooden Award late season top 20 tonight.
Oh, I can believe that. Here's our game summary at Coral Gables before we send you off to Pittsburgh. Miami 42 of the 63 in the paint. Caleb Wilson's with 12 tonight. He's got an injured hand. Miami's got 4 players in double figures. And Jay Lucas, his team, has executed masterfully the game plan.
The details are right there. Now you have to finish up this ball game by being able to break this press.
Yep. Inbounds it comes. Allen over for Donaldson.
You got to invite the pressure. You got to welcome it, and then you got to look to attack. And if you don't get it, Donaldson does a great job of set it up and execute.
Henderson, and this is Renew. Driving on Stevenson.
They just clear the whole thing out for him.
Really? They'll go back to the left hand. Left it short. Powell the rebound.
Dodged another one. I'm just not letting the guys dribble that many times, not getting any extra help.
Evans on the floor now instead of Dixon. Neither team's made a field goal in the last 3 minutes. Wilson turns on Henderson, left it on the rim. Allen the rebound.
Good defense by Henderson, holding his ground. At one dribble, Caleb Wilson did nothing with it.
They both coaches out of the timeout go to their go-to guys on a clear-out ISO.
Henderson, hard drive in the lane, lob, partially deflected, got it back. Kick for Donaldson's 3. And Wilson lost the rebound for Henderson. 3rd crack for Miami on the possession.
Hubert Davis is not liking that. Kind of a carbon copy of the first half, getting extra possession for Miami.
Donaldson routing down the lane, couldn't finish it. And a foul is called. It's on Vessar. It'll be his 4th. It's the 8th on Carolina. And Ernest Uday going to the line.
Patient whistle right there, right? Big time. Okay, 0 for 2. First possession of the game from the free throw line.
And Charlton Young locks in. And now we got to have a little help on the net. Paul Sells, who swabs the deck, uses the handle to fix it up. All right, here's Uday. 77% against the ACC, 34% against non-conference competition. Front end good.
Coach.
Be ready to rebound here, bud.
After practice, coach, we put the shots in, coach.
Look at Young on the bench. It's just like this.
Come on, lock in.
Barely got it. There he got the rebound. three-point trip.
Hitting the rim. Hitting the rims by a little bit.
Got ready to rebound.
Come on, to be sometimes it's better than being smart, right?
Somebody's supposed to have the shooter on the line, and they did not.
Exactly.
They stopped the ball game for a moment. Uday came hobbling out, and he's going to have to come out of the ball game.
A cramp, maybe?
I don't know, but he's out of the ball game, and Miami basketball trainer Mark Armour II will go down and check on Ernest Uday, who has been terrific tonight. 6-point lead for Miami after the three-point trip.
Matchup zone right here, Debbie. Try to take Carolina rhythm.
Quick look for Wilson. Against Renew. Off the rim. Bodies go to the deck. Held ball or foul. Tommy Morrissey.
He got a foul.
He's calling the foul.
Hubert Davis asking the officials to take a look. Thought Renew threw an elbow.
And another look here.
Hubert is lobbying for Renew kicking Caleb Wilson while he's on the floor. So you sit here and look at the replay. Caleb falls.
I think it's this elbow right here.
He's talking about this little
Step over?
Yeah,
Yeah,
step
I know.
over and kind of kick his leg.
So the foul was on Stevenson. Miami 18-0 when they had the lead with 2 minutes left to go. And here's Renew, a chance to push this to as much as 8 for the Canes. Just one field goal in the second half. Knocks down the front end. 13 for Renew.
No fouls to give.
Seven-point lead for Miami, who's looking for their first win against a ranked team in more than 2 years. Evans off the Vessar screen. Baseline layup good. That is Stevenson, and a timeout for Hubert Davis. 11 for Stevenson. Carolina down 5 when we come back. Back with Dennis Scott, Debbie Antonelli, West Durham. Super Tuesday off to a great start here at Coral Gables. We have seen this one. Boy, it's been end to end, although it has grinded down here a little bit in the last 5 or 6 minutes, 3D. You see our game reset. Possession would go to Miami. No fouls to give. Bonus already for the Hurricanes.
And now for me, Devin, do you still believe? All the details, everything you told us in shoot around, Jay Lucas, where your team has performed to the details. Do you have a minute 32 left of belief?
Yeah. Well, Miami's chance to make the NCAA tournament, according to ESPN Analytics, win 81%, Debbie. Lost 63. Yep. Joe Lenardi thought this would maybe the biggest game of the season in terms of that tonight.
Quad 1 opportunity. I mean, for Jay Lucas's team, they've won 3 out of the last 4. They've played well.
Yep.
And here in the second half, Carolina has only turned it over 3 times. So they've taken better care of the basketball. And here comes that full court press again.
Vessar's on the floor with 4 fouls.
Well, I like your point, Devin. See the spacing now from earlier. Now they can run to their open spots.
Wilson is not on the floor as Carolina tries to put the press on. Henderson and a kick by Jaden Young. It'll stay with Miami with 90 seconds to go.
You got 4 pretty good ball handlers for Miami up front here to help break that pressure. And Uday down by the basket to stretch Vessar.
Henderson finally gets it to Renew. There's a double team with. Now Donaldson had it, able to keep it alive. He'll take it all the way, scoop it up and in.
Wow, that was a little helter-skelter, but they got it to go in.
Sure did. 75 seconds left. Here's Powell. Stevenson inside, layup good. 13 for Stevenson in the ball game. Miami with a 5-point lead.
Still limping.
Minute to go. And a quick foul by Powell. That is 10 on Carolina. And 58-2 left. 2 shots coming for Malik Renew.
Miami 4 for 9 from free throw line in the second half.
2 shots for Renew. 15 points, 9 rebounds for Malik, who's got 2 doubles against the conference. And the first one good. All right, Debbie, there are the details. Joe Lunardi said last 4 in going into the game tonight.
I mean, it's winning time. You've got to close it out right here. You've done everything. You've led the entire way. Don't forget, North Carolina didn't lead until .4 on the clock on Saturday.
Back in dismissed, 6-point game. 52 seconds left. Trimble looking for somebody. Here's Powell. Bessar will launch for 3. Back rim, no good. Rebound pulled away.
The other night, Bessar made that big 3 to get him back in the ball game. Tonight,
Donaldson is fouled in the front court, and now Miami can start to feel it.
Jay Lucas jumping off the bench, asking his guys to focus.
Calm down.
Settle
not
down.
Yet, not yet. Stick to the details. Finish the deal.
This crowd at Watsco Center saw Miami jump to an early lead, led by as many as 10 in the first half. Here's Donaldson on the first of 2. We talk about a first-year head coach, complete renovation of the roster. You've had some moments already, and now you're getting ready to sign off on maybe your biggest win of the year.
No question about it.
At a time where you're going to turn around and go to Raleigh and see a pretty sore NC State team after last night's loss at Louisville.
And that's what's so impressive about our league. Every big win you have, guess what? You have another big game coming up in a couple days.
Right now, 8 teams projected for the NCAA tournament. 4 made it last year.
Foul. That'll send Trimble to the line.
Ude has been limping the last few possessions. He's really fought through.
Yep. And Trimble to the line here for 1-1 on the 7th against the Canes. Free throw good. All 3 of Seth Trimble's points in the ball game have been in the second half at the free throw line.
So he makes this. Henderson's been the inbounder. You run the baseline. You get the ball in, knowing North Carolina is going to try to go for quick steal or trap before they foul.
Yep. Second one good. And Stevenson with Henderson inbound. Defense. Here's Renew. There's the trap. Allen, middle of the floor. Now ahead for Henderson. He's a 58% free throw shooter, and they'll foul Allen with 26.6 left.
What took so long, Miami, to figure that out? Get somebody to the middle, cut to the ball, come to the ball with purpose, get the ball on the line, they're going fast.
Yeah, but a good foul by North Carolina. I don't think Jay Lucas wants Dante Allen on the free throw line. Maybe a freshman in this situation.
He's missed his only free throw so far. This is the son of the former Villanova great, longtime NBA player Malik Allen, who conveniently enough is an assistant with the Heat. 9 for Dante, who started tonight for the 5th straight time. Dennis, I remember what Jacobs told us when we saw him in early January. We're going to build this program and do it a little bit with the high school guys, but we're really going to lean on the portal.
He's got 2 good high school guys.
Yeah, sure does, doesn't he?
So that means he's evaluated the high school talent properly to fit his system.
Yep. Back in miss. Here's Young. Carolina needs 3. Trimble tees one up. Back rim miss. Slept out. Floats it. Missed with 11.3 left to go and a foul on Stevenson. And that'll put Renew back on the line, and now Miami knows they're going to get the win.
I'll say it again. For Jay Lucas to come in, have a plan, have a message. And Debbie, the way college basketball is so volatile and the way guys have bought into everything he's sold so far, it's a huge win.
Well, they've scored more points in the paint. They've done a better job at the free throw line. They've won the battle on the glass. Those are things you have to do to close out a game. And they've done that tonight.
Malik Renew.
It's not a bad loss for North Carolina. It's a great win for Miami.
Tar Heels will be home to Pitt on Saturday and next Tuesday night in Raleigh to see NC State for their only meeting of the regular season. Young, a background miss. Donaldson, the rebound. That'll do it. Miami goes wire to wire tonight to beat Carolina. 75-66 here at Coral Gables. The Canes move to 19-5 and 3 in the ACC. Carolina 19-5, 7-4 in the Atlantic Coast Conference.
Huge win for Miami. The details. The biggest one for me, Debbie, to leave that shoot around and then execute everything that Jay Lucas drew up.
9-point win for Miami. And they take the floor here in Coral Gables. Canes put 4 in double figures in posting the 9-point victory. Get ready. We'll send you on to Pittsburgh now. Kevin Brown, Corey Alexander standing by. Great to be with Debbie Antonelli and Dennis Scott here tonight. What a scene this is, huh?
Big time scene. Coral Gables is on fire. Everyone's excited about the future.
Great to be with you guys. What a game.
Really enjoyed it. Thanks to our producer, Chris Damiani, our director, Michael Ireland, our tremendous ESPN college basketball crew. West Durham from Coral Gables. The Canes win 75-66. Now to Pittsburgh, here's Kevin Brown.